Let's begin with a thought experiment. There's a railway track, and it splits into two. Let's call the one in the front track 1, and the one behind track 2. On track 1, there are 5 people tied. On track 2, there's 1 person. You are standing near the railway track with a switch next to you. If you do nothing, the train will come on track 1 and kill 5 people. If you pull the switch, the train will divert to track 2 and kill 1 person instead. What would you do? This thought experiment is called the trolley problem. And surprisingly, a lot of people are divided on what the most ethical answer is. Let's consider another scenario. Same setting, different situation. On track 1, there are animals: cows, hens, buffaloes, pigs, turkeys, goats, and so on. On track 2, there is absolutely nothing. If you pull the switch, the train will go on to track 2, and absolutely no negative consequence is there based on your actions. What would you choose to do? Would you choose to pull the switch? If you thought yes, congratulations, you understand veganism. All of us understand that animals are individuals who are capable of feeling pain, happiness, joy, sorrow, suffering, curiosity, and love. They care for their family, they care for their young ones, they care for their friends. And yet, we assign numbers to them, not names, numbers, like they are factory units on a production line. Society considers animals as objects, but we know they are more. They are not objects, they are individuals. I understood that animals are individuals who deserve to live just as much as we do. And in their capacity to suffer and in their desire to live, we are all equal. When I understood that, I also understood what happens in the production of animal products. Take India's dairy industry, for example. Male calves are killed because male mammals don't lactate. When a cow stops lactating, she's slaughtered. She's pumped with hormones and artificial inseminated to make sure that she continues giving milk. Animal products require and necessitate a lot of cruelty. And if it stands to reason that we shouldn't be consuming them because it causes them harm and because we can consume other alternatives instead. Plant-based food is the future. A lot of people ask me, Abhay, now that you're vegan, what do you eat? The answer is most certainly not grass. Plant-based alternatives are the future for many reasons. Resource constraints. Plant-based food requires fewer resources to manufacture. And it almost requires zero animal cruelty. I wouldn't say zero because zero cruelty is an impossible ideal to attain. However, we can minimize the cruelty we're causing. You can replicate the taste of meat, milk, cheese, honey, eggs, any animal product by using plant-based ingredients. And this is exactly what we decided to pursue. When I decided to start looking out for plant-based alternatives, because I decided to be vegan, I decided to stop participating in and financing the cruelty of animals by buying animal products, and I started looking for plant-based alternatives. To my surprise and disappointment, I found that alternatives were several times costlier than their animal product counterparts. This disappointed me, because if we wanted more people to eat plant-based food, then it made sense for it to be in the reach of everybody. And I, on a student budget, was not able to afford so many of them. So we decided to start Veganarke, a company that manufactures nutrient-rich, tasty and eco-friendly plant-based products that can replace animal products. We considered 3 things before we jumped in. 1, the challenge. 2, our solutions, and 3, the opportunities. The challenge. The dairy industry in India is a gigantic monster. That number you see right there, that is the kgs of milk India produced in 2011 and 12. That's 1279 followed by 8 zeros in terms of kgs of milk produced. It's a huge industry with deep pockets, enormous power, and it abuses countless animals. Thanks to enormous propaganda machines that have been set up, we consume more and more milk every day, and the dairy industry only keeps on growing unchallenged by anyone. Our solution is to not just manufacture nutritionally equivalent products, but to manufacture nutritionally superior products by using fortification. This is the curd we make. So it tastes almost similar to the curd made from cow's milk. And it didn't involve the suffering of anyone, and it consumes fewer natural resources. So our idea is to not just make nutritionally superior products, but to also keep the prices in check, such that everyone will be able to afford these products. Now here comes the opportunities. What can you do with products like these? For one, you can manufacture them in a plant or a cooperative society of farmers. Usually farmers and other people who are dependent on using animals and abusing animals for a livelihood don't have to do it anymore. They can manufacture plant-based alternatives. And by setting up and financially empowering these hubs, we get to create entrepreneurial hubs in every single corner of the country. When you make nutrient-rich products, you stand a decent chance at combating malnutrition. Introduce these products into government food programs, and you ensure that quality nutrition reaches every single child in the country, all at a lesser cost to us and to the environment because we consume fewer natural resources, and at minimal harm to animals. This is what we decided to pursue. The future looks pretty exciting for plant-based food and food in India in general. When we were kids, we were asked, hey, what do you think about the future? And all of us had bright, optimistic versions of it. We said they're going to be big cities, really cool cars, really cool planes, we're going to time travel. And we had amazing ideas. Now, as we are older, when we are asked what we think the future is going to look like, we say it's going to be horrible. That's because we know that in the next 50 years, the population of humans on planet Earth will be about 10 billion people. It is going to be a huge task to manage these resources. And we are currently living like we have 2 planet Earths. We just got 1. Morality, justice, ethics, liberty, freedom, equality, all these are not just fancy marketing terms towards the animal rights movement. They form the very core of it. And we, as a business, decided to boost it. We want to put plant-based options everywhere. We want to make them mainstream. In the future, animal products can be grown in a lab. You don't have to kill animals or even hurt them. Animal products can be grown in a lab. Agriculture will be replaced by other means of producing food that are a lot more efficient. You can get all your nutrients in a single bottle. Food can be hacked. You can consume any amount of junk food and still remain healthy. The future of food is exciting. And in the future, all food will be cruelty-free, eco-friendly, tasty, and nutritious. Our products are already all that today. We decided we want to do this for good. We don't want to do this just to increase our bank balance. We don't want to do this because we want to be richer. To us, this is sustainable, funded revolution. Thank you very much for your time.